Alrighty then, welcome back to part 2 of my thoughts and opinion on Black Ops 3. All these videos are my first initial opinions, things I like, things I don't like. You know, a bit of gameplay as I'm speaking. So if I go quiet, I do apologise, but I am playing this as I speak. As most people know, it's kind of hard to speak and record at the same time. Right, where I left off with the previous video was rating the game. I don't think I have much to say after it, so it might just be gameplay video. But I think I mentioned in my previous video that it's a solid 8 out of 10 so far, for my opinion. You know, there's a lot of good content, and half the content in this beta you can't even touch, like the weapon workbench, I forgot what it's called, plans. Like all the cool stuff, emblem creator, stuff like that, ain't unlocked to us as the beta. So they're pretty much, so Treyarch are keeping things under wraps for themselves. Like they're keeping a few tricks in the sleeve. But what you can do is make your custom weapon camo, which I like the idea a lot. It's just I like creativity, so I won't be using that a lot. I'll probably make 1 or 2 solid camos and that'll be it. If I can make anything amazing, then I'll do a general video on that when the game actually finally drops. Other than that, and it being a solid 8 out of 10, things I don't like about the game though, currently, is weapon damage. I mentioned in my previous video, a previous Black Ops 3 video, about how some of the guns are mismatched. Like this gun does a lot of damage. But if you get to get a submachine gun or assault rifle to around about the same damage ratings as this one, it doesn't do nearly as much. Which I think you kind of need to work on, and I think they are going to work on it, because I know a fair few people have mentioned the fact that the weapons don't feel like they're balanced right. Which ain't necessarily a bad thing. They probably made all the weapons that are available to us super OP for us, so we can get decent videos, decent footage, you know, like the game a lot, and then be like, oh, well, they've nerfed that gun, nerfed that gun, nerfed that gun, so on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, I weren't gonna do a video on the beta. I was pretty much just gonna not spoil it and just wait for it to actually come out and start doing videos on it. But I noticed that it was its last day, and I thought, well, you know, I'll do a few videos, try out a bit. I know that way I know if I'm spending my money on it or not. You know, see if I'm wasting it. Because to be honest, I was built on the fence. I mean, I like the Call of Duty series. I just think after a few games it's got a bit repetitive. But for some reason this doesn't feel that way. It feels a bit more fresh and new and exciting, and I like that. You know, it looks cleaner, it's a lot sharper graphics, everything's gritty, and yeah, what's gonna happen? Yeah, so they've clearly gone a new way with it, and I can only imagine, I can only speculate on what they're gonna do with competitive. Like I can only go off what I've heard. So they're gonna make it you can both teams get to pick something that the other team can't use and stuff like that, which I think will balance the whole teams out a lot. The maps are massive. That's also something I don't like. I like big maps in games, don't get me wrong. It's just for the player count they have now, which might just be for the beta, and I'm just whinging about something that doesn't even matter. But as it stands, the player count is far too small for the map size. Some of the maps are a little bit too big for it. Which I know Jericho I mentioned in a video, or on one of his live streams. I was watching him play the game basically, and that intrigued my interest, and he mentioned it. And I was a bit like, well, you know, difference of opinion. He might just get fussy, but I can see what he means from playing it, and it's not necessarily a bad thing if they increase the player count. Just like when there's like 3 or 4 of us in the lobby, and we've got to run like half across the map to kill each other every time we respawn, it gets a bit tedious. However, enough of the nagging and miserableness. Things that this game does right are obviously graphic wise, controls, stuff like that. There's someone down there. I'm gonna use some spikes on them. There we go. That worked. Anyway, as I was saying, this game is fantastic. If this is how the multiplayer is going to be, they increase the player count and on maps and matches and what games can do, like what games you can do, then they've hit the nail on the head in my book. Multiplayer. My only concern now is how the story is. And now I like playing the Call of Duty story. I know a lot of people that I talk to about it, like, oh no, I don't play the story, I just play multiplayer the whole time I have the game. And that's fine, but I like the story. I find the stories fun and interesting. I think they're interesting to, like, when they do them right, and I'm just a bit worried about how the story is. Would be interesting. Anyway, yeah, final kill. Didn't go my way, I guess. Anyway, I'll see you all again. Destroy that like button. Sub for more content. I will be playing Metal Gear Solid when that drops. And I can't wait in 2 weeks' time. And I'll catch you all later.